Shooting for Philadelphia, Michael Jordan. Number 2.
It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Last outing for Atlanta unsuccessful. The loss to the Wizards. You know, guys, you hate to get embarrassed on your home court, but that's exactly what happened. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. And you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, Kevin, we know here in Atlanta,
He's done a terrific job, Dave. Thank you. And so much excitement in Philadelphia around these young 76ers, but the memory's still fresh of when this team set the longest losing streak in the history of major North American sports. 28 consecutive games.
Yeah, a 10-game losing streak to close the 2015 season and an 18-game streak to start last season. Not what you want to be known for. In all, that was 251 days between W's. Don't like making that kind of history, and hopefully the future is so much brighter that they forget about that element of their history.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Atlanta, we've got Paul Millsap, Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Howard, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3, the small forward. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. Here's Philadelphia. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, ran away with that game, mainly in part because of their offense.
Yeah, the ball movement and player movement, so crisp and sharp, and it led to a lot of high-quality shots for them.
And here's Schroeder following the three-pointer by Michael Jordan. Millsap left side. And that one comes up a bit short. Quick start here for the 76ers in this one. It's a 5-point game. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
Yeah, and a 4-game season series between these two. Both will be looking to set the tone tonight.
Yeah, and as they renew acquaintances, if you're the underdog, you always want to show, hey, we've got something new up our sleeve. It should be fun.
Howard misses.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Pass to Duncan. It's Jordan on the wing. He dishes it to O'Neal. Just 5 to shoot. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Shaq's got his second basket of the game.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Inside, here's Duncan. He goes up again, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. The 76ers shooting their first free throw of the contest.
And the Hawks, you know, really an interesting situation. You go back 2 seasons ago, they had the best record in the East. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then last year, they showed some slippage. I mean, and pretty soon, everything was in play.
Now, here's Schroeder. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Washington. Millsap, the shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here.
Here's Johnson. Game against Oklahoma City, very impressive. To the inside. Millsap against Duncan. And for the Hawks, trade talk swirling last season, GA, from role players to their star players. It seemed nothing was off the table.
Yeah, but credit them for having a great culture and chemistry in that locker room. That kind of uncertainty takes a toll on anyone, though. And they've done their best to try to keep some stability and a roadmap to further success.
Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
Well, Kevin, we got a moment now to look back to last year's Atlanta Hawks. First in opponent shooting percentage, second in assists, and they were ranked third in the league in steals. This is a team that does a nice job gambling and covering up for each other. That's why they're able to come up with those steals.
And you talk again about their tremendous defense, not to be overlooked. Best in the league. The percentage their opponents shot from the floor was rock bottom.
Here's Philadelphia. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. O'Neal passes to Jordan, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two.
You know, the Sixers rebuild caught a lot of flack around the league, but people might forget where the Sixers were in 2013 when the team decided to rebuild. They hadn't had a winning season since 2004. Injuries and failed trades had gutted their roster. It was time to hit the reset button.
The first one falls. And the Sixers, for 3 seasons, showing a single-minded focus on rebuilding through the draft. They took a long-term view and sacrificed short-term success. We just saw them get the #1 overall pick in the draft.
Yeah, and the goal really was not just to be a solid team. They wanted the star talent to compete for titles when it was all said and done. Now, again, it's difficult to watch. The journey's been hard. I understand the thinking. And we'll see if it pays off the way they envision.
And while we've got this moment here, now let's take a look at last season's leaders in converting turnovers into points. The 4th spot held by the Hawks.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
So it's the Hawks now, trailing by 10. Kicks it to Schroeder. Millsap sets the pick for Schroeder. Duncan with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. Four on the shot clock.
They've had a cold start so far. Just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
Johnson outside. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Jordan with the bucket.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now here's Millsap. They really needed more from him in that loss to Washington. Hardaway kicks it over to Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Inside. And it's sent back by O'Neal. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The 76ers leading by 12. Jordan with it. 9 points last game. Johnson kicks to Duncan. The fadeaway. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And head coach Brett Brown last season receiving a 4-year extension from the Sixers. Despite that, for an office turnover, put his job in question.
Yeah, and I think a lot of coaches around the league are very protective of Brett Brown because they saw what he was going into and knew it was going to take a while. He's presided over such a drastic rebuild. I think he deserves to have the chance to see it through so he can maybe reap some of the fruit of the sacrifice that that he's made and the franchise has made and the way they've tried to build the team.
Tracy McGrady's checked in for Philadelphia. And he's good on the second. Greg, the Atlanta Hawks, a disciplined team. They've got the right coach in Mike Budenholzer. Wouldn't you agree?
I really do. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Offensively, they move the ball and they make the simple play. And defensively, they deny in transition and avoid cheap fouls. They really don't beat themselves. And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far. And if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Millsap. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Schroeder. How he did last season. Averaged about 11 points a game, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
I like the way they've kept them shooting jump shots. No coincidence to find them in the lead.
Now here's Johnson. Knocked away. Howard with the steal. Johnson against Schroeder. Millsap a screen. Schroeder against Johnson. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
That one misses for Paul Millsap.
And you look at Paul Millsap, one of the hardest workers in the league. You see it in how much he's added to his game over the course of his career.
Now here's Jordan. 7 points in the game. Johnson right side. 6 to shoot. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Johnson. And it's 9 points for Michael Jordan.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
And, you know, you talk about how hard Millsap works. You need that motor to be a star power forward at 6'8".
Yeah, on the court, battling bigger players in the weight room over the summer. His love for the game is beyond question.
It's stolen by McGrady. Down low. And it's sent back by Millsap. Now Schroeder. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Back to Howard. Outside Hardaway. He kicks it to Schroeder. Atlanta again missing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Left side, Jordan. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. Philadelphia shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game, and he knocks down the first one.
No slowing him down, just some incredible numbers for O'Neal. Already with 8 points and a block. He's having a terrific first quarter.
But if he keeps this up over the course of the game, look out.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Kevin Garnett, he's checked in for Duncan. Pippen comes in for McGrady, and Iverson's subbed in for Magic Johnson. Lets it fly. The 76ers again can't hit it. Oh, trying for it. Iverson against Schroeder. Second chance effort. In deep. Pippen drops it in. And the 76ers lead by 18. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the 76ers?
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Here's Hardaway after the made shot from Scottie Pippen. Nice D from Pippen. Fast break. Here we go. Here's Garnett, and it's sent back by Millsap. Over to the wing. Hawks passing it around. Hardaway for 3. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Hardaway has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Iverson kicks to Shaq. Garnett the screen. To the paint. Feeds it to Jordan. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
And it's working for him, Greg. You like that initiative, not settling for stuff on the perimeter.
And the Hawks making a change here. Muscala, he's checked in for Howard. Ilyasova comes in for Paul Millsap. Prince is checked in for Cephalosha. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Tim Hardaway Jr.
And trailing here in the early going, too many careless fouls, and they're giving up a lot of trips to the line.
Yeah, not only the trips to the line are a concern, but the foul trouble also. You've got to play defense with your feet and do so without fouling.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, after the 5 consecutive seasons where the Sixers have won fewer games than the season before, they're finally poised to reverse that trend. A much-needed infusion of young talent, bringing the promise of better days ahead.
The Hawks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. First free throw is good. And the Sixers with a bevy of draft picks, the arrival of players who were stashed abroad or were recovering from injury. The new wave of young talent is there to see.
Well, this is the payoff for those 3 lean seasons, guys, and now it'll be a matter of seeing if this long-awaited influx of talent pays dividends.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The 76ers leading by 16. Iverson outside. O'Neal a screen on Schroeder. Iverson dishes to O'Neal. Back to Iverson. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
Now here's Schroeder. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now the 76ers on the break. Here's Iverson. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second chance buckets.
Iverson against Schroeder. He feeds it to Ilyasova. Bazemore passes to Muscala. Just 5 on the clock. Takes a 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for the Hawks.
And not a lot of attempts from beyond the break. Those deeper three-pointers can be a little outside of some players' range, but they've got guys who can make that shot. I think that's just an outlier so far.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Yao checked in for Shaq. Kobe is subbed in for Michael Jordan. The 76ers leading by 20. Pass to Yao. That's tipped and stolen by Ilyasova. Bazemore inside the three-point line. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. And here is Iverson. He had 13 points in the win against Oklahoma City. It's Pippen on the wing. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Pippen's got his second bucket.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
At some point, guys, it comes down to pride. Start banging on your chest and get after it from your heart. I mean, you've got to at least offer some resistance. You can't just let guys do what they want in there.
Here's Iverson after the made shot from Scottie Pippen. Iverson kicks to Garnett. Fader on the way. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Iverson. Pass to Bryant. Fires from deep. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss. The Hawks trail by 20. Bazemore dishes to Schroeder. Hawks passing it around. Yao with the block.
I tell you what, the way he's been going this quarter, guys, they're going to need somebody else to pick up the slack.
Iverson passes to Bryant. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space.
1:05 left in the first. Schroeder kicks to Muscala. Back to Schroeder. Kevin Garnett with the steal. Prince against Pippen. Here's Yao. Rebound by the Hawks. Schroeder kicks to Muscala. To the middle. Unloads from 13. The shot missing. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Outside Bryant to the paint, looking for Yao. He gets it there. Now the dish to Garnett. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? You like their effort level here in the early going. I mean, they're really making things happen for themselves.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Yao with the block. They get it back, and here's Ilyasova outside. Rebound by Yao Ming. The 3 from Iverson. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. 76ers on top, running away with it. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And Dwight Howard, a lightning rod figure around the league, subject to a lot of criticism, but he says he takes comfort in playing the game he still loves.
Basketball, this is my passion. On the court, it's my sanctuary. I want to have fun. The reason I play is to win championships. I take this game very serious.
It's an interesting concept that Dwight has to take something very seriously in order to have fun. He does say he has a burning passion to win a championship. He's been in the finals, and this is a guy that's got still a lot to shoot for, he feels, in his career.
It's a great point, Kevin. And the challenge for Dwight is how to balance how serious he is and how passionate he is with having that fun on the court that he's after.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Guys, 76ers pretty much in control here, it would seem.
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side out for them, the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Or handball.
Like or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
On the court right now for the Hawks. Ilyasova out there with Prince. Then it's Chris Humphries. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Schroeder in at the 1 spot. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, as always, the Atlanta Hawks run that fluid offensive system that is widely admired. Steve Kerr, our old friend, used to say they get to the next level of their offense. You take away the first option, they automatically get to the second. You take that one, they automatically and fluidly get to the third option. And very few teams do that. Kevin?
Passing and shooting, DA, that's what it's all about. Thank you. It's his first trip to the line.
And how about last season? Made about 79% of his attempts, so those are really quality numbers.
The Hawks making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Schroeder hits them both. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Payton kicks to McGrady. Back to Payton. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Millsap. Humphries with a screen on Jordan. Here's Hardaway. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Hardaway has got 5.
Well, the pick didn't exactly neutralize the defender, but good concentration on the finish to still get the basket.
Now here's Payton, and he banks in the layup. Payton's got 4 this quarter.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Yeah, it's just been far too soft. Not much fight being shown by the defense there, and boy, that's hard to watch, quite honestly.
So it's Philadelphia now. After the basket by Atlanta. Took him no time at all on that one. 5 points in the game.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Now here's Schroeder. Outside Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. With the fadeaway. Michael Jordan grabs the miss.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
The Hawks trail by 20. Ilyasova dishes to Schroeder. Here's Hardaway, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Edric Johnson picks one up.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
The Hawks have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Ilyasova. Both shots good from the stripe.
Here in the second quarter, they've made all of their shots from the foul line. And that's a must-do when you're down.
Payton kicks to McGrady. They set the screen. Dishes to Rodman. Rodman sets a screen. Top of the key. 76ers moving the ball around. Payton gets the bucket.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Atlanta calls timeout. O'Neal's checked in for the 76ers. Duncan comes in for McGrady.
And how about the numbers on Paul Millsap? Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 17 points a game last year, 9 rebounds and 3 assists. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes naturally.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Here's Johnson following the bucket by the Hawks. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year. The 76ers third. Number 5, the Hawks.
Both clubs physically dominant inside the paint, and that's why you see those outstanding shot blocking numbers.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The shot by Jordan, no good. The Hawks trail by 19. Millsap kicks to Hardaway. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. That free throw good from Hardaway.
And we've seen some good numbers for Hardaway. He has 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Hardaway hits them both.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's Shaq. 8 points for him. Payton. That one off the back iron and out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Hardaway against Johnson. It's stolen by Duncan. Johnson in the corner. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Now here is Humphries. Howard setting the pick for Schroeder. A three-pointer is right on target. Schroeder's got 5.
They're having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances that they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now.
Screen by Duncan. Lock at 6. Fires from 14. Misses off the left iron.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Jordan kicks to Shaq. To the middle. It's deflected. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Atlanta. Hardaway against Johnson. Down low, here's Payton. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Now here is Sefolosha. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Duncan. A 17-point game for him in the win against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
Now Schroeder after the missed three from Gary Payton. Howard with a screen on Payton. Schroeder passes to Hardaway. 5 on the clock. Here's Schroeder. Rebound by the 76ers. O'Neal's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And another miss. Whew, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
You know, he relishes doing that, too. I mean, I've watched him in the past. He loves to make an opponent feel the pain because of how good he's playing.
Now, here is Cephalosha. Outside Hardaway. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Well, let's take a look at where Philadelphia ended up rank-wise in the league last year. 3rd in blocks, 10th in steals. And in terms of scoring points off turnovers, a decent season for them. I mean, they were in the top half of the league in that category.
And as you mentioned, so many blocks for them last year. Some highlight reel rejections in that mix over the course of the season. No doubt about it.
The 76ers leading by 16. Timeout called the 76ers. Some changes for Philadelphia. Garnett comes in for Duncan. And Kobe is subbed in for Magic Johnson. Muscala, he's checked in for the Hawks. Ken Bazemore comes in for Hardaway. Garnett dishes to O'Neal. He's shooting free throws, number 4 in 5 here.
Shaquille O'Neal. 2 shots.
That's good from O'Neal. That one is no good.
Well, you had the feeling that Dwight Howard was going to move on from Houston this last offseason. Ends up opting out and signing on with his hometown team, the Atlanta Hawks. Got a sizable 3-year deal as well.
And it's Shaquille O'Neal with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
And the 76ers making a change here. Iverson's checked in. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Jordan. Bryant, that's for 2. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Kobe's got his first points of the game.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
And Bazemore kicks to Howard. Here's Cephalosha. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Schroeder. They grab their own miss. Bazemore for 3. It's not going to go for him.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Good.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely, I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
Here's Cephalosha. Following the basket by Michael Jordan. Cephalosha kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's the screen. Just 4 to shoot. Shot to stop the run. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. O'Neal's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Bryant has the open look. Knocks down the 3-ball. Bryant's got 5 now.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Gets a hand on it. Garnett grabs the board.
And, you know, you can feel the desperation right now. They're starting to lose their composure offensively.
Yeah, it's palpable, Greg. I mean, clearly you can see the frustration. And it's understandable. I mean, right now they're on the wrong side of a big run.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
Now here's Bazemore. 9 points last game. They set the screen. Under passes to Muscala. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
But better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Now here's Jordan. 16 points for him. Outside, Kobe. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Yeah, that's a good observation on your part, Greg. Fewer free throw attempts for them this quarter. And the danger is they can't afford to get too comfortable out there because they've got the lead. Otherwise, it might start to get away from them.
For Atlanta, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Pierce is checked in for Jordan. Atlanta also making some changes here. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Howard. And it's Prince in for Dennis Schroeder. And he makes the first but misses the second. Philadelphia's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. 1:44 left in the first half of basketball. And the basket by Pierce.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now here's Bazemore, defended by Bryant. Over to the wing. Ilyasova inside the line. Atlanta again missing. Philadelphia's gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. The drive by Iverson. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Free throw good, Iverson.
Really an extraordinary game for Iverson. 9 points and 2 steals as well. Whether it's making a tough pass or coming up with the steal, he's been able to do it.
You're right on with that. He's had a great feel, really, for his teammates as well as the opponent.
Now here's Iverson. 9 points in the game so far. The kick out to Pierce. 6 on the shot clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. And here's Bryant for 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Atlanta's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Sefolosha dishes to Ilyasova. Here's the screen. There's the 3. And Kent Bazemore good for 3. Bazemore's got 4 points this quarter.
Yeah, not a perfectly set screen there, but got him just enough room to get that shot off.
Garnett kicks to O'Neal. Shaq with the screen. The three from Iverson. And the 76ers get it back. Shaq with the bucket.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy.
Well, it's a duplication of what he did in the last game. In their last game, I mean, he was dominant in that one, and he's matching that same effort here today.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. 76ers on top, opening up a huge gap. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're open.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you've enjoyed our first half of action. I'm Ernie Johnson welcoming you back. Shaquille O'Neal is right there. Kenny the Jet Smith is right there. And this here is the halftime report. Philadelphia finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. And we'll go to Kenny first. What'd you see out there?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA, over.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game.
Jordan having a terrific game. He's got 16 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
You know what? He's been a difference maker defensively today, Clark. He's disrupted more plays than the stat sheet will show.
The Hawks shooting only 32% from the field. Plenty of signs of struggle by this offense today. Magic Johnson is out there with Michael Jordan. Then it's Pierce. And it's Duncan. And it's O'Neal in at the center, filling out the middle. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half.
A slight rebound advantage for them. 1 more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. As a result, they've got a big lead.
And the shot is good from Johnson.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Hardaway against Jordan. Hardaway passes to Schroeder. Howard with a screen on Johnson. Shot on the wing. Yep, it counts. Schroeder's got 7.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Johnson kicks to Shaq. To the inside. And stolen by Sefolosha. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Jordan. Pass break, Philadelphia. A pull-up. Again, Philadelphia.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
He used that pick to get in close. 6 points for Millsap.
And Howard sets such vicious screens. It's like running into a brick wall.
Johnson with it. He's got 10 and stolen by Howard. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Back to Schroeder. Down low. Screen by Howard. Off the screen. Again, Millsap missing.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
Johnson outside. Here's Jordan. Great D that time from Hardaway. The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. The pass to Schroeder. And there's the 3-second violation. And while we can, here's a look at the teams that had the fastest hands in the league last season. In the third spot, the Hawks.
Boy, they had so many guys with quick feet and quick hands on that team. I mean, they put relentless pressure on the opponent. And as a result, they came up with an awful lot of steals. I mean, this team has been very impressive defensively.
Now here's Johnson. Shoots from the elbow. Jordan with another miss.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Screen by Howard. Here's Schroeder. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Philadelphia shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Here's Jordan, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
That's outstanding hang-time improvisation right there.
This is his third trip to the free throw line in the game. Atlanta shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Schroeder kicks to Hardaway. The feed to Schroeder. Screen by Howard. Schroeder dishes to Millsap. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 6 assists in the game. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Chris Humphries was first one of the best rebounders in the league, and now after a few years of tinkering with the jumper, he's become a pretty good shooting big man. After the 2015 playoffs, Wizards coach Randy Whitman suggested that Humphries work on his three-pointer. Humphries said, "I hadn't really worked on it ever. I just had to adapt. I went at it trying to expand my game so I can play longer." Kevin?
I'm sure we'll see a lot of players trying to add that three, D.A. Thank you. Here's Johnson. Following the basket by Paul Millsap. Johnson, the pass to Duncan. To the paint, and there's the call on Howard. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Humphries checked in. Screen by Duncan. Here's Jordan. Rebound by the Hawks. Howard's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
And Dwight Howard, you know, he's lost some explosiveness over the years, but still remains an intimidating presence when he's healthy. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call him a #1 option on the offensive end, but still great in the pick and roll, better than most when it comes to posting, and defensively, when he's moving well, a straight beast.
And there it is for him.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And a look here at the shot chart.
And looking at this shot chart, you can't help but feel that this entire team has played passively on offense. There has been little to nothing going on at the rim or in the paint for that matter. And when you don't attack the defense and put pressure on them down low, you're making life far too easy on them.
For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Jordan against Hardaway. Outside Millsap. Howard up on top. Schroeder against Johnson. Schroeder kicks to Howard. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Michael Jordan.
And that's just super strength there by Howard. So good at connecting on these shots despite the contact.
The 76ers making a switch here. Yow's checked back in. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the 76ers.
And you really can't help but notice all the points they've continued to get off turnovers.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well. Well, some really terrific numbers for Johnson. He's got 10 points and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
The 76ers have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Jordan against Hardaway. Picked by Humphries. Shot off the screen. The offensive rebound. 76ers shooting it beautiful here in the third. 56% from the field. And a wide open look for Jordan. It's good on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Millsap. Rebound by the 76ers.
There's no getting around the simple fact that that's a shot he has to knock down.
Take a shot, go!
Duncan outside. To the inside. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last.
And here's a look at some numbers for Howard. Coming off a terrific season. 2nd in field goal percentage, 4th in rebounding, and a top 15 ranking in blocks per game, supplying that backline protection that is so key to a great defense.
And you pointed out his ranking as the 2nd best shooter in the league last season. I think with a little extra work, he could actually become number 1.
Now here's Schroeder. He has 7. Picked by Humphries. Here's Millsap. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Atlanta making some changes. Prince is checked in for Millsap, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Dennis Schroeder. To the middle. Here's Jordan. Good. And it's McGrady who picks up the assist. 23 points for Jordan.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Bazemore. He's got 6. Pass to Ilyasova. 6 to shoot. And Bazemore kicks to Prince. For 3. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Atlanta making a switch here. Muscala's checked in. McGrady dishes to Pierce. Good D by Hardaway. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Bazemore with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Now here's Bazemore. He's guarded closely. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. 76ers have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. And Jordan gets it to go.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Hardaway against McGrady. Ilyasova, a screen on Jordan. There's the pick. Prince kicks to Hardaway. Tries to snap the cold streak. It's good. Hardaway has got 14 points for the game.
The pick wasn't ultra effective, but it got him just enough room for the score.
The 76ers have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Pick by Yao. Jordan the pass to Rodman. Pick by Yao. Back to Jordan. Fires the three. The rebound by Prince. Prince has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Ryan is checked in for Philadelphia. And the Hawks making a change here. Inside. Here's Bazemore. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Hawks second.
Well, I thought this team last season was a team that had some beautiful dimes. I mean, they would spread the floor with their ball movement and spacing and player movement. It was a beautiful thing to watch. Nice passes leading to baskets.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so Bazemore nails both of them.
Looking at the game Bazemore's been having, he has 8 points, and he's added to his totals by picking up 3 points at the line as well.
Yeah, that'll balance out that stat sheet nicely. I mean, you always want to see at least a few points from the free throw line. And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Now here's Bazemore. He's got 8. Just 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Michael Jordan. The 76ers have gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Knocked away. Now Ilyasova looking for his first basket still in this one. And Bazemore kicks to Muscala. Delaney, McGrady covering. 5 on the clock. There's the screen. Bazemore inside the three-point line. And the shot no good, a bit short.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Yao dishes to McGrady. Garnett, the screen. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Clock at 4. Rodman passes to Yao. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
There's a good screen. Bazemore inside the three-point line. Rebound by Yao. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
things are definitely clicking. And more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now, here's Young.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Yao Ming. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime. Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Both shots good from the stripe. 1:27 left to play here in the third. Kicks it to Bazemore. He dishes it to Prince. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the 3. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot before second violation. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Outside, Kobe. 51 seconds left to play in the third. McGrady left side. Shoots the 3. They get it back. Garnett. It's blocked.
Boy, the defensive chops of Ilyasova really coming into play here. I mean, quite surprising, actually impressive at how good he is at timing those shot blocks.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for the Hawks. Atlanta's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Bazemore kicks to Prince. 9 feet out. That shot, no good. Rodman with the defensive effort.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time.
shots,
the
gentlemen.
whistle blowing. And Atlanta gets called for the foul.
Shooting for Philadelphia. Kevin Garnett. Taking 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And good on the second, so he makes them both. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. And here's Bazemore. 8 points for him. Gets it off. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Philadelphia ahead as they wrap up the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And for the 76ers, their shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. On the court right now for the Hawks, you've got Prince. Chris Humphries is out there with Muscala. Then there's Calderon, and it's Dunleavy in at the 2.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first one falls. That one misses. Ryan against Prince. Feeds it to Iverson. He kicks to Garnett. Atlanta with the rebound.
Despite his ineffectiveness, the team has found other scoring options, which you have to have when one of your main guys is struggling.
Payton against Calderon. Muscala dishes to Prince. 6 on the shot clock. 14 feet away, and that misses badly. Air ball.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Now here's Calderon. He feeds it to Dunleavy. Unloads. He doesn't hit that one. Iverson with some nice D. Top of the key, Bryant. Back to Payton. On the wing, Bryant. Releases from 15. The shot, no good. And Atlanta will come the other way.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Prince setting a pick for Calderon. Pass to Dunleavy. Back to Calderon. Prince, the pass to Muscala. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here for 3. Dunleavy. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Some changes for Philadelphia. Duncan, he's checked in for Garnett. And Michael Jordan subbed in for Allen Iverson. The 76ers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Payton. Duncan at the elbow.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Jordan the screen. Humphries with the steal.
And he was camped in just the right spot to swipe that pass away down low.
Here's Delaney. Count it.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
They are enjoying the commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Payton gets the bucket.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Atlanta shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Passes it to Humphries. Lets it go from deep. Tim Duncan grabs the miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And Atlanta has possession after the Sixers pick up 2.
And he takes it right at the man who just scored on him.
That's the way to answer back with an in-your-face stuff.
Guys, some pride bubbling up right there. He wasn't about to be outshone.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Tim Duncan. 2 shots.
And that one misses. He hits the second from the line.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Delaney covered by Payton. Humphries against Yao. Calderon kicks to Humphries and stolen by Yao. Unloads from 13 off the left rim and out.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Prince misses.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
And the Hawks with possession here after the miss from Gary Payton. Humphries kicks to Dunleavy. It's taken away by Payton. Outside Jordan wants to get it to Duncan and does. Payton dishes to Yao. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Pierce is checked in for the 76ers. Pippen comes in for Kobe. And a change for the Hawks. Howard's checked in.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line here in the second half.
The dish now to Humphries. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shot clock at 5. It's stolen by Duncan. Outside Pierce. Dishes it to Duncan. The shot by Payton. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Howard's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. There's the pass to Calderon. The feed to Humphries. Calderon against Pippen. Picked by Humphries. 4 on the shot clock. No good from Howard.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Tremendous output from Yao. 9 points and a couple of great-looking rejections. So far, 2 blocks.
Yeah, you know, he's had a great feel for their ball movement down low and for where to be when the shot's going up.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Yao Ming. At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. so he gets them both.
You really have to like their efficiency at the foul line. I mean, they're knocking down 91, 92% of their free throws overall. That's a very healthy and positive number.
Now here's Calderon. Pass to Humphries. Shot to stop the drought. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon.
And that's just some great vision there from Calderon to see the wide open man for the easy make.
Yeah, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Dwight Howard.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
For 76ers, Yao Ming at the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Both good from the line that time. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Humphries, the pass to Calderon. To the wing on the left. From 11 feet away. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And the defensive prowess of Howard is simply phenomenal. Not only a shot-blocking master, but his mere presence alone makes shooters incredibly nervous.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Shaq's checked in for Yao. Jordan comes in for Paul Pierce. And Kobe is subbed in for Pippen. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. 76ers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. To the paint. Here's Duncan. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. That's now 8 points for Duncan.
What a nice feed by Kobe that time.
Kicks to Humphries. Howard in the post, guarded by O'Neal. A nice shot by Howard.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Now here's Payton. Duncan outside. To the inside. And finish off by Bryant.
Oh, I thank you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
To the inside. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Take a look at what Payton's been doing. He has 11 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
Gary Payton. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And both free throws good for Payton. Hawks have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Humphries with a screen on Bryant. Calderon has the open look. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And if you let Calderon get set and have a good look at the basket, he's going to knock that 3 down consistently.
Now here's Jordan. He dishes it to Payton. And stolen by Bazemore. Bank shot, no good.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Taking 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And some changes here for the 76ers. Dennis Rodman, he's checked in for O'Neal. Pierce comes in for Michael Jordan. And Pippen subbed in for Kobe. And he's good on the second. Atlanta's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Now here's Bazemore. Pierce covering. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
The free throw dropped for Bazemore, and Philadelphia will go for a different look here. O'Neal's checked in for Duncan. Jordan comes in for Rodman. Bryant is checked in for Paul Pierce. And it's Johnson in for Pippen. And so Bazemore nails both of them. For Philadelphia, they've gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Here's Kobe, and Kobe throws it down.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Johnson against Calderon. Feeds to Humphries. Shoots from the elbow. That one no good. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Payton left side. He kicks it to Johnson. That one bounces around and comes back out.
Well, I think he kind of alligator armed that one, short stroked it. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
Stolen by O'Neal. Johnson with it. Outside Jordan. He feeds it to O'Neal. Back to Jordan. Johnson kicks to Bryant. And they pick up 2. Bryant's got 9 points here in the second half.
You know, I think anytime the shot comes from that range, the offense has done its job and done it well.
Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Pass to Howard. 11 feet out and he hits it. Howard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Howard's release is a little unconventional, but it works. The D must pay attention to him from that range.
Johnson kicks to Bryant. Back to Johnson. Payton outside. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
Most any player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Passes it to Howard. Here's Delaney. And it's Shaq with the rebound. Shaq's got rebound number 15 here tonight.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Philadelphia.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And Greg, we know familiarity breeds contempt. I would expect things to become more heated as these teams face each other going forward.
And maybe it goes without saying, but they had no answer for Jordan. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Atlanta's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. The dish now to Bazemore. Humphries kicks to Calderon. Humphries sets a pick for Calderon. Pick by Humphries. Shot clock at 5. Calderon in the corner. It's rebounded by Johnson. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
Here's Jordan. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Michael Jordan. Number 2.
And the first one drops. And so Jordan nails both of them. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's a good screen. Right wing. Calderon, a good look. That one's good from the corner.
And I like how Calderon kept his hands up and was ready to get a shot up as soon as the ball came his way.
Now Johnson. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now we'll head over to the studio with Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. So is the Jet. Without further ado, let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game. His domination in the first half, wow, clearly set the tone for how the rest of the evening would go.
So many points coming from inside. He was not just settling for jump shots. He was slashing to the rim, sacrificing his body. His aggressiveness was the difference.
What a huge lift he got from the crowd tonight. There's nothing those fans love more than seeing this guy get hot. And he was so hot, I got to get up right now, Ernie. My seat is hot. Oh.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew, all 653,000 of them.
Yeah.
Hard-working.
A lot of people.
Yeah. It's a long line at the buffet, though.
Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.